to Ripplecast. This is Andre. Today I'm not just your host, I'm also putting on the hat of day tripper for our food and travel series. Today we're featuring not any one establishment, but a whole block of Chapel Street in New Haven, Connecticut. We just counted it, there's 31 establishments down this street. We're gonna look at the stretch that begins from the green at College Street and runs all the way to the Yale Repertory at York Street. It's about a good, easy, I'd say, 4 to 5 New York City blocks and a good 10-minute stroll. If you've been following us, we've been talking about the role of stories and personalities. So today, you want to take a stroll down with me, take a look and see what sort of stories and personalities we'll meet along the way. I'll begin with a little story about Chapel Street. 2 summers ago, Indiana Jones was shot right here on this street. So maybe you'll recognize some of the remade up establishments that did appear in the movie. So come take a stroll with me.
I work here, and one of the reasons I actually came in is I started writing, and they were very nice to carry my books. This is my new one, which is
show and tell.
Companion. And what's terrific about this book is that the book was done with Doris Day herself, so I got to spend some time in Carmel and do interviews with her and all her co-stars. Doris Day is still the #1 box office film star of all time, and the #1 female recording artist of all time. So it was a lot of fun to do.
So not quite a biography.
It really covers her career. So we have all her films, all her albums, everything she's done on television.
I see a lot of pictures there.
And
you want to show us
tons of
one?
pictures. Absolutely. I'll show you some pictures of Doris and I throughout the years. This is in '93, '96.
So wait, that's Pierre then.
Yeah, and Doris Day.
Never mind Doris, that's Pierre then,
and this is a dog Doris Day gave me and my dog Breezy. You know, I was writing for a magazine in Los Angeles called Television Chronicle, and Doris agreed to do an interview for the magazine. And she doesn't do that many interviews, so I sent her tapes of different co-stars that I'd done interviews with. She was very happy with that, so she decided to do the interview, and we became good friends. She gave me a dog. I started visiting her in Carmel, and I was been a big fan for years. I actually met her at the Golden Globe Awards.
Favorite movie
of Doris Day?
Yeah.
I have to say probably Pillow Talk. And if you rent some of her movies like Caprice, I do the audio commentary on the film, on the DVD.
There you go, a man of many
talents.
Talents almost seems like a not big enough word.
As you probably know, Steven Spielberg is doing the film right now. And it's going to be The Secret of the Unicorn.
There you go.
The Red Rackham is actually played by Danielle Craig, who did all the James Bond films. And Tintin is played by Jamie Bell, who was Billy Elliot in all the films. So my next book is going to be Tintin on film, from the first live-action film in the 60s through the animated series on HBO, plus all the animated films that were done in the 60s. Kind of covering all that up to Steven Spielberg extravaganza mega film.
So tell us one thing about Tintin that we should know.
You know, Tintin was created 80 years ago by Georges Remy, who calls himself Hergé, who passed away in 1982. His dream was Steven Spielberg to do Tintin on film. Tintin is a Belgian reporter who travels the world, fights injustice wherever he sees it. Interesting, crazy, fun, amazing friends. And has a little dog named Snowy. This Spielberg production is going to be amazing, though. I think Americans will rediscover Tintin all over again.
About 20 years ago, was able and had the opportunity to become a model in New York. Worked for an agency, elite modeling agency, and was able to travel the world. I did that for about 10 years. Pretty much went all over the world. From
Elite
Brazil.
is the Casablanca,
yes,
John Casablanca.
founded. I'm not so sure John's a part of it anymore, but
right,
yes,
right.
That's the agency. I went on to have other agencies.
I think I have to pause here and
past.
say this is the nearest I've been to any elite model, so chalk that up.
A long time ago.
Well,
But it was a lot of fun, and I lived in Paris for a year. I lived in Italy for Milan for a year. I lived in Amsterdam for almost 2 years total. I mean, we'd go at different times of the year. You know, it was
whose clothes did you wear?
pretty much everybody. I mean,
Wow.
all.
Well,
many
name
at
drop
the
a
time.
name drop a little bit for my
Calvin
audiences.
Klein and
Okay.
American designers, Michael Kors, Jeffrey Bean. I don't like Calvin Klein. I'm
Yeah.
definitely a little more refined and maybe a little more edgy than that. But my Tracy B's tagline is, classic with a twist.
So give us an example. What's
An example
yeah,
would
please.
kind of be what I'm
Classic
wearing.
with a twist.
Like I had a business meeting this morning. I have the dress pants, but they have this little bit of a harem style, which is what's in right now in fashion. So, and then a really great blouse from Tucker, which is a silk blouse. Just stands out a little bit more than maybe something else would, that you would get maybe from a national retailer, which would be like Ann Taylor or J. Crew. So you might have the same classic shape, but it's for this line, it's about the print and the texture of the fabrics. Really good business district to be in. It's a historic Chapel Merchants district, and most of the businesses on the street are, or at least the retail businesses are women-owned.
Right.
Which is nice. Wave Gallery next door, Urban Objects, Idiom, Hello Boutique, Turner husband, but pretty much so. It's a good feeling. There's a good feeling of community. We take very good care to not carry the same products that all the other stores carry, so that when you go from one store into another, you're being exposed to something different along the way. Most of the stores have been here a long time. It's hard to get spaces to maybe open up on Chapel Street. A lot of the stores, Wave Gallery next door has been in for almost 20 years. Seychelles, that you spoke of, she's been there almost 15 years, if not longer.
Wow.
Hello Boutique on Chapel Street has been in their space for 19 years. So there's a lot, it's if you're going to be in New Haven, Chapel Street, the blocks that you're talking about are really the kind of place that you want to be if you're a boutique like mine.
Right.
And they've geared the Broadway district to be more of
Mass.
national retailers,
yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
more. So.
Excellent. We'll be back in 10 years.
Okay.
Check up on you, Tracy.
I'll be